Alrighty, fellow travelers, welcome back to Adventures of a Traveling Don and a brand new food tour series that I'm going to be doing from the state of Maine down to the state of Texas. That's right, I've been up here in Maine for this whole summer while I was getting all the international videos out. Thank you for the support for those, by the way. I really appreciated all of that. I hope you guys enjoyed those videos. But now it's the end of the season here in Maine. I've got a few new places for you guys that I haven't done in past videos while I've been here on MDI, and then we're going to head down towards Texas, and we're going to stop on many different places along the way for food. So here we go, and let's start the food tour series here in MDI. So the first spot on our tour is here in Southwest Harbor, and this is a place called Clark Point Cafe. And this is actually a relatively new spot. I think they opened up in 2023 when the old Sips Cafe closed. But anyway, just wanted to try a pastry of theirs. I'm actually gonna get a full breakfast called the Turkish breakfast, so I'm super excited about that. And of course, you gotta get your cup of coffee, so cheers to you guys. Oh, very, very good coffee. And starting off with a scone, a little chocolate scone. Look at the size of that thing. That is huge. Nice and crumbly. Plenty of little chocolate chips in there. Fantastic. Now, for my Turkish breakfast. So the Turkish eggs have arrived, and as you can see, what a beautiful dish. I mean, just look at that. You have, of course, the homemade bread. You got the poached eggs. You've got, I think, this is the labna. I think I got that right. That is kind of like a yogurt. It's like a garlic yogurt that comes with that. And then this right here is the samharo. It's kind of like, this one is more carrots. Usually sometimes it's like cabbage, but with like mustard seeds, salt pickled up. But looks really, really good. So let's dig into this. Okay, so we got on the bread, we got everything. We got the little garlic yogurt schmear on there. You've got the pickled carrots and the mustard seed and the egg and all that. And there's actually some chili oil in there, so we're gonna have a little bit of heat to that. So cheers to you guys. Oh man. Oh man. First off, can I say, this bread is delicious. That is a fantastic sourdough. Well, the eggs are poached hard. I think that's kind of how they naturally do it. The dill in there, that garlic in the yogurt. Oh, that is like up the nose garlic. And even like this, the pickled carrots with the mustard seed just adds so much to it. Like, this is in Southwest Harbor, Maine, and they're making something exotic like this. This is fantastic. By the way, if you're looking for something a little less formal when it comes to breakfast, check out also Mother's Kitchen. It's near the head of the island, right off the 3. When you talk about sandwiches, that's some of the best breakfast sandwiches I've ever had, just in general, and definitely the best on the island. Cute little spot, but great, great breakfast sandwiches. Bacon and Havarti dill with egg, top notch. While this may be a food tour, I also want to show you guys some kind of beautiful little gems around Acadia that I don't think I've gone over in past videos either, including behind me, Echo Lake Beach. Now during the summertime, this place is a fantastic spot to come to. You can go out, wade out into the water during like the hot days, and then of course you have the beautiful beach cliffs just above you. Actually, if you go up there and hike Beach Mountain and Beach Cliffs, you can kind of get like an aerial view of this whole area. But figure out, come out here, show you guys a little nature while we're also eating along the way. And of course, take in the fall colors of Acadia. Okay, so for our second place that we're going to here for lunch is a place called Abel's Lobster Pound. Obviously, you're doing a food tour on MDI or anywhere in Maine, you gotta do some lobster at some point in time. And Abel's is right here, right off the Somme. As you can see behind me, just look at that. That is your view while you're sitting outside. So if you're doing lobster, you got to go to any kind of lobster pound. There's Beals, Thurston's, Trenton's just off the islands. There's Charlotte's Legendary. There's many places, and I highly recommend if you are doing lobster, go to any one of those. This late in the season, Abel's is one of the few that are still open. So think about that if you're coming here kind of mid-late October. Abel's is one of the last ones that are open. That, and I think Trenton as well. So, but anyway, we're waiting for the lobster. All right, the lobster roll has arrived. As you can see, looks absolutely delicious. They actually put quite a bit of lobster in there as well. And most of these places that are the lobster pounds, you usually get a lot more lobster than you do at, restaurants in town. And it's, comparable prices, sometimes a little bit cheaper. So, nice and toasted bun. Let's give it a try. My mouth is not big enough for this sandwich. Oh, that's so good. Now, usually I'm more of a hot lobster roll kind of guy. But in Maine, it is cold lobster. Usually most places just do traditional mayo, maybe a little salt. This one, though, is a lemon and chive aioli. That is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, like I said, lobster rolls, you definitely want to check out Abel's when you're here on MDI. All right, so after your breakfast and your lunch, if you need to work off a little bit of that food before you head into Bar Harbor for some dinner, you definitely want to check out any of the places here in Acadia National Park to hike, including one of my favorite new spots this particular year is Stone Barn Farm behind me. So this is kind of like an old 1840s homestead. I think the buildings were built anywhere from 1840s to, I believe this last building over here was built back in like the late 1800s, early 1900s. But there's some history to it. They do have, of course, some open houses occasionally throughout the season. Obviously, this late in the season, all the tour guides are pretty much gone, but it is still a great place to come to, particularly the field behind it. It's about 128 acres of a natural preserve. It's a great place to come stargazing at night. Absolutely beautiful. There is no lights whatsoever out here, so you can get some great stargazing and, of course, a great walk. So it's about a 2-mile loop. We're gonna go and hike it and kind of work off a little bit of that food from earlier so we can go in town and have some dinner. By the way, if you're looking for a place to stay while you're here on MDI, whether that's Bar Harbor or anywhere else on the island, check out Planning.com. It's a brand new booking site. You can sign up for free. You can get up to potentially 40% off on hotels depending on the time of the year. And of course, you definitely want to check out all of the content creators, including myself, that have signed up and partnered with Planning.com. We give our own recommendations of places to stay for wherever we've been, and of course potentially give you some guides as well to check out. So definitely check out Planning.com, link in the description. Now let's hit the trail. By the way, anyone that has been up here to MDI, Bar Harbor, or even like this coastal area of Maine, let everybody know in the comments what's your favorite places to eat. Where's your favorite lobster roll? What's your favorite burger? Whatever it is, definitely let people know in the comments what are your favorite places so that they get a variety of places, not just what they see in this particular video. Another thing to note when you are walking the trails of Stone Barn Farm, because it is under a trust and not actually Acadia National Park, there are no markers like, the blue markers you see on trees. And at times like this, when you have
all the leaves that are fallen, it can be a little tough to make sure that you're going on the right path when you're walking through here. So basically just try and follow the indented trail that kind of winds through the trees. It's usually easier to see during the summertime with all the leaves on. Right now, it can be a little tricky. I know it myself because I walk this almost at least twice a week, but even still, just watch yourself on the trails here, because during the fall time with all the leaves down, you can easily just get lost and think, oh, that might be the trail. That might be the trail. And all of a sudden, you're lost in the woods, never to be found again. Okay, so we've basically made it to the end of the Stone Barn Farm Trail, and this is the culmination of it. And honestly, just take a look. This is Northeast Creek. This is one of my favorite spots to come to. You just listen. Nothing but the wind. Occasionally, if you're here in time, you'll have some loons or some ducks going off, but it is just a beautiful, beautiful spot. That, yeah, I don't live too far from here this season, and this is kind of like my, you know, couple times a week hike. Just get a little exercise before going into work, and you just come in. This view is phenomenal. Part of this is actually private property, not too far from here. I think over on that side. You're allowed to come down here, but just kind of don't go too far off. But even still, just this is worth it. As you can see, we have now arrived in Bar Harbor for dinner, and we're going to a place called Salsa Verity Grill. So I saved Salsa Verity for last because this place has a special place in my heart, because I'm originally from California and I live now during the off season, during the wintertime, in Texas. So I grew up with Cal-Mex, Tex-Mex, I've been to Mexico, and when you come up here to Maine, or even a lot of the Northeast, it's hard to find really good Mexican food. And for the longest time here in Bar Harbor, that really didn't exist until Lisa and Trent, the owners of Salsa Verity Grill, came to Bar Harbor and opened up this spot. It's kind of a mix of New Mexican food and some LA street taco food, which is what I got. To start off though, we're gonna do some, of course, some chips and salsa. You got this 3 different types of salsa. You've got your mild, you got your medium is the green, and you got, of course, that red hot. So let's give it a try real quick for you guys. Mild first. More of a little bit of a sweet flavor to that, but very nice. As for our green medium. So good. So good. And honestly, it's kind of like the heat is on the back end of the salsa because it starts to hit you. And then, of course, the red hot. We're going to try this. Oh, yeah. See, that one actually, that punches you right at the beginning. Whew. That's some of the hotter salsas I've ever had, particularly that hot one. Oh, straight up the nose. By the way, can I say Trent makes a mean margarita, so cheers to you guys. Oh, nice margarita, delicious, very, very strong, but man, that is fantastic. And now for the tacos, of course, like I said, LA style street tacos, blue corn tortillas. I got the medium salsa on these particular ones with the carne asada. You guys know me, I'm not an onions person, so I forgo the onions, but gotta always have the cilantro on there, so cheers to you guys. Those carne asada tacos are so good.
It reminds me of being back in LA. Oh, man. These are fantastic. And I highly recommend, another one of my favorites, which I'm not eating tonight, is the New Mexican style enchiladas. Those are really, really good here as well. So, but yeah, when you're coming to dinner and you're tired of the lobster and stuff like that, this is a place you want to come to get some good, spicy Mexican food here in the little town of Bar Harbor, Maine. Alrighty, Travel Dons, that's the end of this particular first video of this tour series going from Maine down to Texas. Plenty of food to come, so stay tuned for all of that, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you know when any of the new content comes up. And of course, if you want to help support the travels further, I do have a Patreon page and a Buy Me a Coffee account. And until we meet again, guys, peace out and have a great night.